again, our speaker for today is Matthew Stewart. Matthew Stewart is a 34-year veteran of the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, where he has assigned to the Neighborhood Outreach Program. Sergeant Stewart is a proud alumni of Indiana University Bloomington, where he earned his BS degree in political science from the School of Liberal Arts. The founder and president of Stewart Speakers, a nonprofit community-based organization. Sergeant Stewart has brought more than 100 minority nationally known speakers to the Indianapolis area. Sergeant Stewart is a member of the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity and serves as a deacon for the New Liberty Missionary Baptist Church. He is married to his lovely wife of Laverne Stewart of 22 years, and they have two daughters. Welcome, Mr. Matthew Stewart.
Thank you very much, Aurora. I appreciate that gracious welcome to the program. I'm honored to be here. Thank you for all that you do in the community to benefit so many organizations. It's because of you and individuals like you in the community that Indianapolis is certainly on the move.
Fantastic. Thank you, Matt. It's a pleasure to have you here with us today. I know you're busy, so this is an honor truly to have you with us here today. So today we're going to ask a little different question. I know you're used to interviews. We're not going to catch you off guard, though. Don't trust that. But it's from a business standpoint. Again, we are the business underground in the pathway to freedom. So again, we want to make sure that we are educating people that are interested in business as it relates to even start a community service organization. Again, with your 32 years of experience, I know you don't take that lightly at all. But again, that's a business. It's not a for-profit, it's a nonprofit. But there are lots of organizations that are out here that would like to start a nonprofit organization. So I would just want you to keep that in mind as we are helping people to understand what that looks like as they take that journey. So I'll let you go ahead and tell us a little bit about how Stewart Speakers got started and what was your motivation for Stewart Speakers.
Well, absolutely. So Steward Speakers, as you indicated, is a not-for-profit speaker series organization. It started some 32 years ago. The impetus, I guess, of starting the organization was when I was a student on the Indiana University Bloomington campus. I worked with an organization called Union Board, and Union Board was responsible for bringing all of the student programming to the campus. So we utilized activity fees. We were able to bring individuals like the late Dick Gregory, the late Julian Bond. We brought some of the Malcolm X folks to the campus. We were able to engage the campus because all of us know that learning takes place in more spaces than just the classroom. And so by bringing these great thinkers to the Indianapolis, to the Bloomington campus, we were able to impact student lives. And so it was coming back to Indianapolis after graduating that we realized that there really were not those national speakers coming to Indianapolis. And sometimes we hear Indianapolis referred to as Indy No Place. So back then, major speakers were not coming to Indianapolis except maybe doing Indiana Black Expos, main events, or if the Urban League would have their national day. So it was my thought that it would be nice to have national speakers, just coming through Indianapolis on a regular basis to engage this community, to empower this community. We need to see people who look like us, who think like us, but also thinks outside the box. And we also need to share what we're doing here in Indianapolis with national leaders. So as they go from place to place, they do indicate that there are Black folk here in Indianapolis and that we are on the move and that we are doing some exciting things. So it was with that information, I asked at the time the president of Indianapolis Urban League, Sam Jones, Bill Mays of Mays Chemical Company, Charles Williams of Indiana Black Expo, and some others, if they thought a speaker series would be viable here in Indianapolis. And they all indicated they thought it would, but we would only know by trying. And so in November of 1986, we had our very first speaker. And if you would know, we would reach back and bring Dick Gregory as our first speaker. We hosted it at Clues Hall. And so this predated the Clues Hall series. And it was there that we had some 1,200 individuals come out, and we had a very impactful session there with Dick Gregory. And as they say on radio and TV, the rest is history.
I'm glad you mentioned the students, and I know things have changed in a lot of organizations since you were at IU Bloomington. But if an African American student wanted to get involved in something on campus, what would you advise them to do? How would you advise that they operate or move in that direction as far as making an impact like you did there at Bloomington?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say get involved in as much as you possibly can, keeping in mind that your number one goal there on any campus is to educate, be educated, and to graduate with a viable degree. But beyond that, I tried to get involved in as many organizations as I possibly could. I was president of my dormitory, Foster Quad, for several years. I was a member of the student senate body from my dormitory. I also was vice president of the Indiana University Black Student Union. It was also important for me to become a member of the greatest, the largest, the baddest, the toughest Black Greek letter organization, Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. So I definitely became engaged in my fraternity. And as we commit, when we join that fraternity, we stay committed for life. And so anybody that breaks away realize that they have not lived up to the goals, to the true vision of the fraternity. And then I also obviously became involved in union board and some other campus activities. It's in becoming involved in those kinds of groups that you get exposure to different people, different walks of life, people who don't always look like you or share your views, but it's in that dialogue, it is in that interaction that you really grow. And so I would advise them to get involved in as much as you possibly can while maintaining a high GPA standard.
Now, Matt, this was just a 4-year stint you did at Bloomington, right? There's a lot of information.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the first year I was really grounded, so I didn't really get involved in a whole lot. I was trying to find my way, make sure that the academics were sound. In fact, I was on a couple scholarships, one from the Indianapolis Star. So I started out as a newsboy carrier when I think I was about 10 years old. And so when I graduated high school, Garberville High School, I was able to garner a $1,000 scholarship. And I know that doesn't seem like much now, but back some 30 odd years ago, $1,000 was a lot of money. And then Junior Achievement was another organization that I became involved in while I was in high school. And I was president of my Junior Achievement company for 3 years. And so it was in doing that I learned a lot of the necessary skills. So when I went off to college, I knew how to conduct a meeting. I knew Robert's Rules of Orders. I knew how to sell stock. I knew how to be business minded. So I would say to those individuals who are interested, whether you're in high school or you're in college, get involved, become engaged, because it's in becoming involved and engaged that you're going to grow and become the best that you can be.
Awesome. Matthew's so easy to talk to. You just leave me and everything else. So we're here again with Matthew Steward, president of Steward Speakers. We are the business underground here in Indianapolis, where we're making an impact on leaders and those that are interested in business ownership. Again, your pathway to freedom. We'll be right back with Matthew Steward.